Hello, today we're going to talk a little bit about something called time travel and how to do it safely and effectively. So you're probably thinking, time travel? That's impossible. You'd be wrong because I've been there before. And to survive in this new future world, you're going to need a lot of knowledge and a lot of the right ammunition for your PS 4200 pulse rifle. Okay, so anyone who's already seen the first half of any Terminator film pretty much knows all you need to know about how to do time jump. And so you don't really need to go out and buy a bunch of stuff to make an expensive time machine. You really just need a cheapo 1000 watt microwave and a few cheap foods from the grocery store. The food that works best is regular popcorn. So when you cook the popcorn at a high temperature, the popcorn's elastic atmospheric band breaks the wall of the kernel, and the compound pressure of the light-sensitive air bubble creates a blue phase-like fuzzy feeling that will send your body hurtling through time. So that's basically all there is to it if you're trying to time jump. It's not completely accurate, but there's no way of knowing how far you'll actually go. But who cares, right? I mean, you're going to be in the freaking future. So now you're probably wondering if there's any dangers to be aware of in the future. Well, that probably coincides with how far you actually go. So if you end up 20 seconds into the future, then obviously there wouldn't be much to worry about unless you're in a fight with your girlfriend and she's all like, "Hey, did you hear what I just said?" I'm like, "No, because I've just time jumped. I missed the whole conversation." You know, angry women, they can time jump anytime they want. You know, 1 second you're talking about one thing, and another thing you're talking about something that happened 6 whole months ago. It's like, what the? Did I just time jump? All right, so let's get real for a second. You know, you're probably saying, you know, time travel is cool and all, but how exactly does it work? You know, what do the exact equations look like, and what are the exact equations? So, you know, here's a picture of a green cone. I hope it more helps you. Scientists today are still trying to figure out what it means, but it looks French to me. So it wasn't until the early millennia that Professor Albert Einstein's grandson, George Albanius Einstein, found this mysterious and complex equation. Um, More importantly, though, nobody really cares about it. It's just a bunch of jumbled letters. All we really know is that we can travel sideways through things called worm junctions. How cool is that? Now, Worm Junction is a special highway that crosses over a certain part of time called the Wall of Minutes. Some people say that this crossover is not as efficient as the Wall of Hours, but any experienced time traveler will tell you that this is a malicious lie. This will all become clear to you as you start jumping on a regular basis from time to time. Now, to continue to jump, you're going to need a little bit more energy than what you can find in a microwave. This will come in the form of carbonite jelly crystals, or as I call them, CJ rocks. You're going to need to find one about 2 inches in length and about 5.5 centimeters in width. In the future, people use standard and metric measurements to make everyone feel equal. So now a word on black holes. All you need to know is that these things are huge and they're in space and they suck up everything. Supposedly they're responsible for slowing of time, but some Stephen Hawking guy said that once and everybody laughed at him. And with a name like Hawking, who could blame him? You know, black holes, white holes, whatever. As long as you have your crystals, all you need to worry about is reparticleization. Now, reparticleization is a danger to anyone who uses the time jump. It's the most trickiest part of the trip, but it's the most important step. But seeing as how you have absolutely no control over it, it doesn't really seem relative to even talk about it. Just know that your body's going to get blown to bits and then put back together randomly. Hopefully back together where it started. So, say you time jump too far into the future. You know, me, I've been all the way to the year 3000 and back. So, there are some pretty strange things that are present in that time period. So, let's take a look at some of the baddies that you have to be aware of in this dark and dirty future. You know what? Actually, that's unfair. The future is actually pretty techno-looking. Lights and glow sticks everywhere. So, the number one thing to look out for in the future are the kids. Okay, number one, their street youths are dangerous. They all have one or two sharpened toothbrushes on them at all times, and they're so rude and disrespectful. Their attitudes, you know, slap one if you have to. Just don't stand around them for too long. They're crazy. So the second thing to look out for in the future are the candy shops. Okay, sometime in the year 2745, a man named Claude Henry Mars, the president of the Mars Company, decided to put addictive chemicals in their chocolates. Okay, stay away from these things. You know, just stick to Hershey's to be safe. You'll be addicted for life. Trust me. Okay, so you can't bring anything to or from the future. Those time custom agents will strip you of everything but your clothes. They used to strip you naked, but hard work and dedication helped us change that with the laws. On a quick side note, you may want to check out my other publications on how to emotionally deal with being cavity searched by a time warden. So to get the most out of your time experience, you should explore as much as possible. Depending on what time period you jump to, you'll have about 45 minutes to an hour to explore. In 2056, China took over the world, and their government added 3 more hours to the day. So you need to plan accordingly whenever you jump. So what about your friends? Can you time jump together? Of course you can, but you'll need more than one CJ rock to do so. And to jump together, you'll need to be attached physically. So you just hold hands or something like that. You don't have to be attached emotionally. So it makes it easier to bring your girlfriend along if you so choose. Okay, so should you meet your future self or relatives? Absolutely you can. I don't see any harm in meeting your grandkids or your future self. There was some talk about, if you meet your future self, you could change the events of history and the universe will come crashing down upon itself, but it's really all just theories. Do what you want. Okay, so, there you have it. Time jumping made easy. Basic 101 stuff, for your first time, you'll need a 1,000-watt microwave and a bag of regular popcorn. And while you're in the future, you pick up some jelly crystals of the specific size that I mentioned, and remember to pick up extras because you'll want to time jump again in the future. Okay, so if you've enjoyed this presentation on time travel, then I recommend that you pick up my other publications as well. I have one entitled How to Speak Woman, learn to just say yes, dear. And I have another one, Egyptian Algebra, Made Easy, Count Like Horace. And remember, a safe time traveler is a considerate time traveler.